For more on the Turkish incursion into northern Syria, let's talk to Kani Xulam. He's the director of the American Kurdish Information Network. Kani, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we know that the Kurds have been the best ally and asset to American forces in the war against ISIS. It's understandable that the Kurds feel betrayed by the Trump administration decision to withdraw troops from that region. But this is the reality that we're facing today. So what are the next steps for the Kurdish civilians as well as the fighters?
There's no other way than to resist. Kurds don't want to be living on their knees. They want to, live with their basic human rights. They haven't attacked Turkey per se. This war is completely unnecessary. 1,000 American troops were there, and they were acting as an insurance against the war. And unfortunately, President Trump decided to withdraw them. And now Turkey has been green-lighted to attack civilians as well as fighters. And the Kurds are fighting back.
So we know that this is historic homeland for the Kurds, and the Kurds have been fighting to keep their at least some territory, if not officially recognized. Where will they go if the Turks consider that region, an area that they want to create a safe zone? What does that mean?
It means ethnic cleansing. It might mean genocide. It means kicking the Kurds out of their ancestral lands. Erdogan has said he wants to settle 1 million Syrian refugees. These are not the refugees that fled the part of Syria that the Kurds now control. They are from the other parts of Syria. The Kurds welcome them back if they wanted to come back, but not, in the numbers where the structure, the internal structure of the cities would collapse. They have no choice but to flee south and to flee east to avoid casualties.
And we know that the EU bloc has commented on this incursion. A spokesperson for the EU said this.
Call upon Turkey to immediately stop its unilateral military action in northeast Syria. We believe there is no military solution to the conflict in Syria, and the only sustainable solution is a political one, the one that was negotiated by the Syrian parties under the UN, that would be negotiated by the Syrian parties under the UN auspices, and Turkish legitimate security concerns should be addressed through political and diplomatic means and not, as we said, through military action.
All right, clearly the EU does not approve of Turkey's actions. The Turks have been wanting to become part of the bloc, we know, for many years now. So I'd like your thoughts on her statement, and then if you think this could impact their future in regard to joining the EU.
President Erdogan is not really interested in joining EU. If he did, he wouldn't threaten them like as he did this morning, for example, that if you call my incursion an invasion, I will open the doors and send 3.6 million Syrian refugees to your doors. This is not a language of, talking to somebody wanting to be a member of a club that you want to join. EU should impose sanctions. EU should do more than just pay lip service to the plight of the Kurds. This relationship between America and the coalition forces and the Kurds has a confluence of interest, meaning that ISIS fighters were attacking Paris, were attacking London, were attacking Berlin, were attacking Orlando, were attacking San Bernardino in this country, in New York. So this relationship was good for the Kurds. They were fighting for their existence, if you will, an existential fight. And it was good for America. It was good for the West. ISIS threat, a lot of scholars will tell you, a lot of observers will tell you, is not gone. So it's a short-sighted policy. It just started yesterday. It can be stopped. Turkey is not a superpower. Turkey is dependent on NATO for its arms. And if America had stayed put, it wasn't going to cross America. Turkey has no power to cross America. And this war is completely unnecessary. These civilians are going to be killed. Turkish soldiers are going to die. Syrian Democratic Forces are going to die. And none of them should have died. But unfortunately, this war has started, and it doesn't look good.
And we have not heard much out of Bashar al-Assad. Why do you think he hasn't made any public statement regarding this incursion?
I don't think he loves Erdogan. I think Erdogan has sent all these cutthroats, all these fighters to Syria. Initially, Erdogan was hoping that they would topple Bashar al-Assad and create a client state for Turkey. But the plans didn't pan out.
Right.
They established their own state and challenged both Bashar al-Assad as well as the Kurds. I think he calls the Kurds terrorists. The Kurds, to their credit, haven't asked for a separate state. They simply have asked for an autonomous region,
right,
for the acknowledgement of the Kurds inside Syrian body politics, the way it is in Iraq, for example. The Kurds are recognized constitutionally. And that hasn't happened. This is what the Kurds want, and this is what the Kurds wanted from Uncle Sam too, in terms of the talks in Geneva, that America would stand for them for the constitutional rights of the Kurds in Syria, as well as the other minorities in Syria.
Yeah, certainly a very fluid and easily stoppable situation happening now. So we will continue to follow, and hopefully we can have you back on.
Thank you.
Kani Xulam, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.